So yeah, you guys arrive at Town Hall. And feedback. Alex, possibly. Sweet. Okay, much better. So you guys go, and you're at the Town Hall. And Sheriff Hemlock, still getting feedback from someone.
I think it's Ken.
I'm
muted.
Or I don't know who it is. Either way, continue.
Yeah, someone's speakers are still playing, but anywho.
I think I'm muted. I'm pretty sure, or I was.
Okay. Anyways, so you guys go to Town Hall, and Hemlock introduces you to Shalelu. This is the figure that you see. He goes, this is the unofficial member of Sandpoint's Town Guard, and he kind of gives you a wink, and Shalelu kind of smirks at that sentiment, and he says, these are the Sandpoint's newest crop of goblin slayers. And Hemlock goes on to explain that Shalelu has been kind of a pain in the ass for the goblins for years, and that few in the region know more about them than she does. And then he kind of goes on and recaps her report, that Sandpoint hasn't been the only place in the region that has had goblin troubles. In short, there's been an increase in goblin-related raids along the Lost Coast, and particularly in the dale between Nettlewood and Mosswood. And she turns to you, and and Hemlock gets up and he gives the report that basically things are good, or he gives a detail of what happened last night, and then Shalelu talks to you guys, and she goes, Baylor's told me of your work against the goblins. Well done. I've dedicated the last several years of my life to keeping them from causing too much trouble around these parts, but they are tenacious and thickened little runts, like weeds that bite. And she says there are 5 major goblin tribes in the region, and traditionally they're pretty good at keeping each other in line with intertribal squabbles and the like. Yet from what I've been able to piece together, members of all 5 tribes were involved in the raid on Sandpoint. A fair number of the Mosswood goblins I dealt with yesterday were pretty beat up, and there was a lot of chatter about the Longshanks, and I assume you, who killed so many of them. Now that I've met you, it seems obvious from their descriptions who they were talking about. Seems like you made an impression amongst the goblins.
I thought we took them all out.
What's that?
I thought we took... That's strange. I could have sworn we took any goblin that saw us out.
No, there was...
They swarmed the city. Yeah, we were only the north part of the city.
And there are also some that saw you that skittered about and ran away.
Okay.
Which, yeah. In any event, the fact that the 5 tribes are working together disturbs me. Goblin tribes don't get along unless they've got something big planned, and big plans require big bosses. I'm afraid that someone's moved in on the goblins and organized them. And judging by these recent raids, she sighs, what they're organizing seems bad news for all of us.
We interrogated... Oh, sorry.
And, you can go ahead and say something if you want.
I say, well, we've kind of gathered that as well. We interrogated one of the goblin leaders, and he told us that a human is his boss, but that's all that he would give us.
Yes, these goblins are can be quite faithful sometimes, especially if the person is much more powerful than them. Anyways, Sheriff Hemlock gets up and he announces that he's taking a few of his guards south to Magnamar to see about securing additional soldiers to station at Sandpoint for a few weeks. And he looks at you and he says, while I'm out, I've asked Shalelu to sniff around the Shanks Wood, Brine Stump, Mosswood, Devil's Platter, and other places where goblins live, see if they can discover see if she can discover anything else about what's going on. In the meantime, I would like you to sort of take my place in Town Watch's guard in my stead, because the locals seem to have taken to you, and seeing you around in town for the next few days will kind of keep the town's worries at ease.
I kind of want to go with her, but yeah.
I don't think it's safe to travel, so I'll stay and help.
I don't know. Traveling sounds fun. I kind of want to. Well, she doesn't want us to go with her anyways, so I don't know if she'd let us. But
yeah, she's probably not that type of girl.
Yeah. So, all right, we'll do as you request, I guess. See what that sounds like.
Very well. Oh, he graciously is accepted, and he says, "Thank you for allowing me to do this, and I really hope nothing happens while I'm gone." So yeah, after Hemlock is done talking, Shalelu comes up to you and says, she's like, "May I join you for dinner tonight at the Rusty Dragon?"
Absolutely.
I would like to hear more about the Sandpoint raid over dinner, and I've also got a few stories to tell of myself as well.
Yeah.
Perfect. That sounds good.
We have boar left over from a kill this morning.
Boar, yes, I love boar.
You can have my portion.
I'd say you don't take to it very well, huh?
I don't eat the things on four legs.
Okay. You can also see that she is a full-blooded elf. By the way.
Quadril definitely sees.
She is yeah. She looks quite dexterous and somewhat strong as well. And you sense some magical armor on her as well, and just lots of magical stuff on her, Roxy, as she seems to be an adept adventurer.
That's interesting, because most of the time I felt like color spray, but not almost anything we've come across so far. Clean out.
Yeah, she's wearing this studded leather armor, as you can see, that seems magical. And let me spell her name for you real quick. And as well as she has some weird amulet that she keeps somewhat hidden as well, that you recognize as one that you saw in the store earlier. There, amulet of natural armor, as well as a magical crossbow. A magical longbow as well. She seems fully kitted out, much unlike yourselves.
Don't want to mess with her.
Yeah, pretty much. You get the feeling that she would just wipe the floor of all of you if you were to cross her bad side.
All right, we'll try to stay away from that.
So yeah, and this meeting is adjourned. And then she goes, I will see you tonight then. Alright. So you guys leave the town hall. And lo and behold, there's this little... Is he a halfling? I think he's a halfling. He is... Can't remember what he is, but we'll find. That's not important. But you recognize him as the little showman from the festival, Serdak Drakus. He's roaming around, and he spots you, and he comes up to you. He says, "Ah, yes, the heroes. How are you today?"
Alright for the most part.
I have
Hungry.
hungry. I see. Well, let me buy you some lunch.
Ah, my favorite word, lunch.
And he goes over, and there's this this marketplace, and there's like fresh fruit, and he buys some fresh fruit and some bread and some drink as well. And he kind of hands it to each
Tangle
of you.
sniffs the drink. Is this wine?
No, it is water.
Ah, perfect. She starts slurping it down,
All right.
dripping down her chin and on her front.
Because while I have you here, how would you all like to stop by my theater tomorrow evening?
Isn't there a show this evening at your theater?
Ah, yes, that's unfortunately being canceled.
Why?
Oh, our lead role fell a little sick, but she's doing a little bit better. But I just can't stomach the thought of exploiting her in this condition.
Mooka can act.
And he says, "But I have another. This what my request is. Would you all like to come down tomorrow evening and put on a show and reenact the Battle of Sandpoint during the festival?"
Dude, what?
Is there remuneration for our participation?
Oh, I mean, just it would be more of a favor for me, and just people would love. It would keep everyone's spirits up.
Do we get tips?
Oh,
Is there-
absolutely. I'll pay you 5 gold each.
Make it 10. I'm gonna have to reenact a lot of magics.
Diplomacy.
I'm gonna do 20 plus.
I freaking love that +8.
That's pretty nice. Yes. Fine. 10 gold pieces apiece.
Okay.
Tomorrow night.
Why not?
Sure.
He claps his hand giddily and runs along. And so, yeah, is there anything else you guys want to do today?
Tangle just wants adventure. She wants to... Oh. You know what? What time is it in the day? It's lunchtime, yeah? Still?
It's probably about 12:30 right now.
Yeah, okay. Well, I have some business to take care of. I'll meet you all back at the inn.
Alright.
Okay. So,
Okay.
let me pull this up here, Jessa, real quick. Let's see. I know, Jessa. You can talk about it openly. It's fine. You're not in the group anymore.
Oh, she isn't in the group? Okay, because she wouldn't tell them that she was doing that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the characters won't know. I mean,
Okay.
they themselves won't know, but they won't. They're not going to metagame it to the point.
Thank you.
I'm sure they won't. Will you guys?
I mean,
Yeah.
I can separate myself from a character, yeah.
Yeah. See, that's fine. Okay.
So Tango walks along whistling, and then she wants to look for, the gentleman of ill intent, whoever buys stuff around here.
You know that probably the best way would approach the Pillbug's pantry, as you learned that, at least according to a rumor, that he sells poisons under the counter.
Yes, that is true. She did learn
to
that.
Scarsney locals.
Okay, so she heads over there, and she's whistling and bouncing a ball up in one hand.
Okay, does anyone have... No, okay, no one does. That's right, never mind. Okay, so you go there, and you go in there, and it's kind of nestled at the base of a cliff and tucked between several old tenements, and nothing but a painting of a pillbug perched on a mushroom indicates this building is anything more than yet another home, so it's very discreet. You walk in, and there is a short, rotund man sitting there kind of grinding some components in this mortar and pedestal. And
Okay, great.
He looks up and says, "Oh yes, what can I do you for? I recognize you. You're one of those."
Tangle smiles at him and says, "What can you do me for? As cheaply as possible, preferably."
He kind of laughs at that. He goes, "Ha! I take very great pride in my work. And
I'm sure you do, good sir.
Everything here is top notch. And this is the guy you're talking to. Oh, did you guys see
that? Yes.
Okay.
Oh, he looks great. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And your name, good sir? I be Tangle.
My name is Oliver Podaker.
I have heard many a good tale about you on the streets. I understand that you are an honest man. So she's lying. She hasn't heard about him at all.
Okay. Also, yeah, keep talking.
Okay. And I have some wares which may interest you. Care to look?
One second. So I don't know what type of wares you selling.
Tangle takes her pack out, and she eyes him closely, and then reaches into her pack and says, "Would you perhaps be interested in this pretty little trinket?" And she takes out a small statue.
She says, that looks kind of hot there. Where did you come by this thing?"
It might be warm.
Is that so? Did you get that message, by the way, Tangle?
Yeah, got it.
He goes, "Well, I'm not interested in anything warm. I only prefer things that are cold to the touch."
She looks up at the painting above his head, and she pauses for a little while, and then says, "I wonder, that's a pillbug. Is that not? I believe that's what they are called.
Yes.
Have you had any more? Have you had any more happy pillbugs turn up lately?"
He raises his eye at that statement and goes, "Well," looks around, goes to the windows and shuts the blinds and locks the door.
And Tangle, under her breath, says, "Finally."
Well, I suppose I can fence some things for you and sell them.
I understood that you were a smart man. I see the rumors are true.
Yes, I am, but I try not to be too open about my sales. And I thought you were just a goody two-shoes.
No, I can say definitely that my shoes are neither good nor two.
He laughs at that and says, "Normally I just deal with selling poison to others, but I suppose I can buy that from you. How much are you
Good.
looking to sell it for?"
And Tangle takes it and plunks it on the counter. An offer, good sir?
He looks at this and looks at you and he goes,
Understand that this is a top of the line.
"Yes, 45 gold pieces."
I have sold my mother for more. What kind of price does that be? 52 or nothing.
All right, make a diplomacy roll on that. Actually,
Oh,
appraise.
right.
Do you have a praise check?
Let me check.
Do you,
Let
yeah.
you know. Hold on. Okay.
All right. You kind of convince him and goes, "Fine, 52 gold pieces."
Sold.
And he reaches down and counts some money out and hands you a pouch of 52 gold.
Thank you,
You're
good
welcome.
sir.
Holy cow.
Now, I'm wondering, in that line of poisons that you have, could you tell me what you have in stock? I'm looking for something that could perhaps coat an arrow,
Ah,
or...
yes. I don't have anything like that today, but I can whip something up tomorrow.
Do you have any poisons in stock?
Unfortunately, no. That's kind of what I'm doing right now, as you see.
Okay, so tomorrow
Yeah.
you may be able to... What might be your price for a poison that could coat, say, how many arrows per bottle?
It's really only one. It's little vials, and it's basically one vial per arrow type
Oh,
deal.
okay.
And also just metagaming here, I don't really know at this moment, so I don't know what the cost of that would be. I'll look that
okay.
up before next session.
Okay, that's cool.
And
I imagine that the cost will be reasonable, as you seem to be a reasonable man.
certain poisons, other more exotic ones, I'm sure will be more.
I need something, let's say, simple for the lay person.
Very well. Come back tomorrow and I'll hook you up.
Thank you, I will.
So,
It was a pleasure.
pleasure was all mine. Be sure to keep this just between us.
Of course. I don't like to ruin business any more than you do.
Very well.
And she walks out.
So, you guys, what are you guys doing during this time?
I'm just hanging out with Mooka drinking beers.
All right.
I don't
Wait,
know, I'm just kind of amusing myself with prestidigitation. just saying, when your only big flashy spells are making a tire a large size and then throwing the rainbow at people, yeah.
Fair enough.
So yeah,
I did a little bit of meditation.
right. The day passes by and everyone is at the inn, and yeah, that chick.
This is just a question.
Shalelu.
Could I have done something where I could like make wraps that I could have coated in poison, or not really?
Yeah, you could do something like that. It'd probably be like a one-off thing.
Oh, one-off thing. Okay, yeah, not worth it then.
Because I mean, obviously, I'm not going to let you just keep
Infinite point.
put a potion on there that
Stays forever.
Yeah.
I feel you.
So yeah, Shalelu is there, and she wishes to hear about your stories, and you can either, kind of tell your stories, or just say you told her, whichever one you want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would just tell her about this.
Mooka sliced one right in half.
And she goes, "Oh, is that so?"
Yeah.
I kicked it. I kicked a couple faces off. Tangle stabbed one right in the throat with a rapier.
There were
And
some
then-
rainbows.
Yeah, there were some
I tell her I
rainbows.
probably would have headed out by now, but it's really not safe to be out and about all along these days.
Yes,
And you like us. You like us. I nudge and joke around with her.
and she goes, well, and of course, you know, there is that word that you told the sheriff that you would stay around in town until he gets back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. Chaotic character.
But good nonetheless.
I try and get to know Shaylula more.
All right, she goes, yes. As I may have mentioned earlier, there are 5 goblin tribes, by the way.
Yep.
The closest to Sandpoint are the bird cruncher goblins. They live in caves along the western edge of the Devil's Platter. Although, traditionally, these are the least aggressive of the goblins. Then there are to the south are the Licktoad goblins, who are excellent swimmers.
No. I want to know more about you. Wink,
Oh.
wink.
Is that,
Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
make a diplomacy roll.
Dang it!
She scoffs at your attempt. She goes, not much luck with the ladies, I assume.
Some.
Also,
Continue,
Tangle.
please.
Yeah, sorry. Also, Tangle. So, yes, they would like a show of juggling prowess, so you can do that while they're talking. And
Okay.
anyways, back to Shalelu. She goes, anyways, back to the topic at hand. To the east, because I assume that you would want to know more about goblins.
Yeah,
Well, that's always nice too, I guess.
She goes, to the
Yeah,
east.
I didn't know there's so many of them.
Yes, there are many different tribes. To the east, there are the 7-toothed goblins of Shank's Wood. These goblins secured a place for themselves by raiding Sandpoint's junkyard from time to time and rebuilding their stolen goods into armor and weapons. So if you see a goblin with a hat that's made out of a cast iron pot, it's probably one of those. Even farther east are the Mosswood goblins. They are likely the largest tribe, but traditionally held back by feuding families within their own ranks. And finally, there are the Thistletop goblins, who live on the Nettlewood coast atop a small island that some say holds a passing resemblance to a decapitated head. And she also says, you know, but every tribe also has their goblin heroes as well. And she says currently there are 6 goblins in the region that enjoy being the status of a hero. And she says, I will relay the information to you if you wish to hear more.
Hero goblins?
Yes.
I'd like to create a hit list.
Okay.
Yeah, we'd like to kill them.
He says, first, there is Big Guglet. He is a unusually muscular and tall goblin from the Mosswood, who, it is said, had a hobgoblin for a mother and a wild boar for a father. And next there is Karuvis. He was a champion of the 7-toothed tribe, as well known for his short temper as he was for his prized possession. A magic longsword, sized for a human, that the goblin stubbornly kept as his own, despite the fact that it was probably a little bit too large for him to wield. Karuvis vanished several months ago, I found. He supposedly discovered a secret hideout in a cave along the cliffs, but the 7-toothed goblins remain convinced he's out there still, a ghost or worse, waiting to murder any goblin who tries to discover his hideout. She goes, next there's Vorka. a notorious goblin cannibal who lives in the Brine Stump Marsh. A hero mostly only to his own tribe than the other tribes. He says, Rend Waddle Gutwad is the obese chieftain of the Brine Stump Goblins, a corpulent monster who it is said never leaves his throne.
And how's he a hero?
I don't know, she says. Then there's Rip Nugget, who is the leader of the Thistletop Goblins and controls what the 5 tribes agree is the best lair. And then finally, there is Bruthosmus, an infamous bugbear ranger who lives in the northern Nettlewood and often visits the 5 tribes to trade things he's stolen from caravans for alcohol, news, or magic arrows. Shalelu, she says that Bruthosmus has a particular hatred of elves and that they fought on several occasions. But neither of us have managed to get the upper hand on each other. But I won't be the first to fall in our little war between me and him. And yeah, and that's pretty much all she has to say.
Nice. There's a lot of information she had.
Yeah.
There's a lot. So, do you have any advice on hunting these guys down, or should we not do that?
Leave that to me for now. Keep watch over the town as Sheriff asks.
Perhaps we could join you sometime.
I don't know about that.
Just saying, the groups of goblins we fought are typically more manageable than an entire tribe.
Yes, but I have ways of being unseen, and she gives you a wink. I could be unseen if I wish.
Stealthy bitch.
Quadril's good at stealth, I'm just saying. I'll put my black
As
cloak
am
on.
I.
I'll put my black cloak on, no one sees me.
Yes, but probably not as good as I.
Probably not.
And as she kind of gestures to all of her equipment.
I could high tangle in my cloak too, and then we could like combo or stealth. Anyways, alright.
And so the person who has high diplomacy in our party has already tried to convince her?
No, that was Quadril.
He was
Yeah.
just hitting on her.
I was hitting on her.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, no, I really don't think that she's gonna let us go with her, which is okay.
Because she thinks we need to guard the town.
Yeah, which is fair.
Well, I mean, there's not going to be any town guards or the sheriff around.
Oh, he took all the guards. I see.
We got this. We'll keep watching the town.
Do we have to administer regular...
Holy crap,
Laws and stuff.
we can arrest people.
Stop, robber!
He never really specified on that.
Well, he's...
We're all basically deputies. That's what I heard.
I like it.
And, so yeah, the night passes. And
I'm gonna go. We do have the dagger still lying around. I'm gonna see if.
I asked Shalelu if she has a place to stay tonight.
of course I'm staying here. Why do you ask?
Never mind. I was gonna say if you had nowhere to stay, you're more than welcome to stay with us, particularly me.
She goes, I find your persistence endearing, but no.
All right.
To write this. Equalier ahead.
Okay, so all the stores are kind of closed up for the night, Roxy. So.
Well, I meant in the morning.
Oh, okay. Well. Okay, so you guys go to bed. And let me put you in the rusty.
Wait, a dagger's a simple weapon, right?
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna hold on to this.
Okay.
Right, just wait to the cell where you have more items.
So.
Just saying.
Yeah.
It's, it's been kind of nice though. relaxing today. Nothing bad has happened, so to speak. You've had a good night, and you all go to bed. And the patrons are pleased with your work, Tangle, as you earn another 2 gold pieces.
That's it?
That's quite a bit. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, these
like
aren't
a
a
month.
bunch of kings.
That's like a monthly wage
Oh, it is? Oh, okay.
overall. Like,
Oh,
like
well, in that case, then.
for like an unskilled worker, that's like a month's wage.
Yeah,
Nice.
adventuring is quite profitable.
So,
Thank you.
you are Roxy. You are woken up in the early morning. You hear a little knock coming from outside your door.
I kind of, Rox just kind of pokes his head up at the. I look through the little hatch to see who it is.
You see a small, crying halfling woman, an elderly woman that you recognize as Bethana Corwin, the little halfling that serves the bar. That's been kind of going around.
Given the
What's
food up.
I open the door and I say, "What's up?"
And she's just crying, and she's obviously upset and wishes to speak to all of you privately. There's something terrible that has happened.
All right, I'll get the others.
Okay. So everyone
Group
hears
meeting.
everyone hears a knock on the
Group
door.
meeting. Group meeting.
So I guess everyone goes in there.
Where are we meeting down here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's the window at? I'm gonna guard the window. Here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure, that sounds
sir.
good. And she said Amiko is gone missing.
The Khajiit chick?
Yeah, the owner of the inn, whose dad got pissed off at us earlier.
Yeah.
I think I might know who might have done it.
Where?
She,
I mean,
Jeez.
when?
and she tries to control her sobbing, and she goes, I don't know. I've worked out this I've translated this piece of paper. And she turns it over to you, and she explains her what she found. She says this morning, Amiko usually gets up like at 3 or 4 a.m. to start cooking breakfast for everyone.
Damn.
When I woke up, there was no smell of food in the air, and I knocked on Amiko's door, but I didn't get a response. Against my better judgment, I went in, and I found her bed unslept in. And what's worse, I found this crumbled piece of parchment near the bed. It is a note from Amiko's older brother, Suto. And it reads, "Hello, sis. I hope this letter finds you well, and with some free time on your hands, because we've got something of a problem. It's to do with Father. Seems that he might have had something to do with the Sandpoint's recent troubles with goblins. And I didn't want to bring the matter to the authorities because, well, we both know he'd just weasel his way out of it. You've got some pull here in town, though. If you can meet me at the Glassworks at midnight tonight, maybe we can figure out how to make sure he faces the punishment he deserves. Not twice, and then 3 times more, and then once more at the delivery entrance, and I'll let you in. In any case, I don't have to impress upon you the delicate nature of this request. If this news got out, you know these local rubes would assume that you and I were in on the whole thing too, don't you? They've got no honor at all around these parts. I still don't understand how you can stay here. Anyway, don't tell anyone about this. There are other complications as well, ones I'd rather talk to you in person about tonight. Don't be late, Suto." And Berthana says it's quite unnerving, and isn't it?
It is.
12 o'clock at night last night, or this tonight?
Last night.
I got you right. And she hasn't came back yet, so that can't be good.
We should go look for it right now. The glass factory?
Yes, the glass factory.
Is that here in Sandpoint?
Yes, it is.
Do you guys remember that the mystic or whatever said a man covered in glass?
Oh my goodness.
I don't know. I don't know if it's related or not, but I think we're meant to go there. I think we need to go.
Don't worry. We got. If it was only 7-ish hours ago, then Roxas can probably follow the trail.
Also, Bethana also explains that Suto was something of a scandal, by the way. He was born back in 4688, a year before Amiko. Since he's a half-elf, Bethana says it's very obvious that Longiku is not the boy's real father, and Longiku's rage at the discovery of his wife's indiscretion was the talk of the town for months. Longiku's wife, Atsui, never revealed who the father was, and it's a testament to Longiku's stubbornness that they remained married. She says that Suto was handed over to the Tirandrak Academy to be raised outside of the Kujitsu family, ignored by his father, and forbidden visits from his mother. But Amiko, she told me that she started visiting him in secret once she learned about his existence at the age of 10. But that all changed in the year 4705, when they had a terrible argument in which Suto struck Amiko. And I do not know what that argument was about, but they have not spoken to each other since. And Amiko went away from Sandpoint for a year while she traveled as an adventurer. And she returned only to Sandpoint because of her mother's death. Suto was quite public in his opinions that his father had pushed Atsui off a cliff to her death. And during the funeral, there was a huge confrontation, and Longiku nearly broke Suto's jaw with his cane, after which Suto cursed him and left Sandpoint. And Amiko has tried to reestablish contact, but was never able to track him down. And she goes, "Be careful. I think Suto's up to no good. He's never been one for politeness."
Do you suspect that he might be the reason that she's missing? Like he kidnapped her, or do you think that does he have any ill will towards Amiko?
I do not know, as I am unsure as what the argument was about.
I think that's a likely theory.
Right.
And
I mean, he calls her over and then she disappears.
All right, we're just wasting time. I'm ready to go. You guys ready?
And
yeah.
We will end the session right here.
No!
Dude,
I'm good for another 2 hours. What do you guys think?
I'm willing to go.
Well, you want to go a little bit longer, but the thing is, I think you leveled up. And it takes some time to level up characters.
Well, do you think that we'll need to be level 2 for this next fight?
Oh, we leveled up.
You are level 2. It is.
Yeah.
It's always good to level up. Is what I'll say.
All right. I feel you. Okay.
All right.
So let me award out experience points. Also, just in case, I think I only told Ken this, but I'm actually going to use the fast advancement track, not the medium advancement track.
Sweet.
Thank you.
Because even with the medium advancement track, I wanted to add more stuff in there, but but it would take the adventure a lot longer than it already is going to be long. And it still was coming up short of reaching level 2 with the amount of stuff I wanted you to do. So, yeah, fast advancement track is where it's at. So let me add up this experience points and get the complete totals to you.